Neither of these guys are timid. There's Roy Jones Jr. And across the way, Vinny Pazienza.
Jones smiled at it, knowing that Pazienza was trying to get him out of his game there.
There is a lot of emotion in this building, trust me, folks. The fans, while they are predominantly for... Oh, big left hook by Jones immediately. Wow, he came out blasting.
Vinny Pazienza up high there with the bobbing, left himself open. He needs to get close without paying a huge price. Already seeing the speed of Jones.
A right hand gets there by Jones. So far, almost everything Jones has thrown has landed. He's off to a quick start. He's talking to Vinny Pazienza. Jones told us today, I won't showboat early because this crowd is going to be against me. They'll really be against me if I showboat early. But if I get the job done early, it'll force me to really concentrate. And that's exactly what he's doing. He is already making Vinny Pazienza feel his power. Huge right backs Pazienza up.
He's cut off the ring.
He's landing everything.
Yes. And now Pazienza tries to crouch.
You're right, Dave. He did cut the ring off. Now Pazienza is coming back. Is he landing? Jones laying in the corner, and he flurries his way out. Pazienza with his hand on the ropes, which is illegal, and Tony Orlando breaks him.
That's actually twice thus far in the fight.
Well, Jones said he wouldn't show up, and he gave us his version of the Ali Shuffle. Lots to talk about here early in this first round.
Jones landed 6 inside shots while he was being under attack.
There's the jab of Jones. He wants to use that more, he said. Pazienza with a right that misses. Well, not everyone expected a round one with this many fireworks. Now Pazienza moving around what is a very big ring.
And Jones will sit there, try to cut it off, look for a big bomb. He can't miss him with the left hand.
Well, they thought they would have to press Roy Jones. Instead, it's Jones who quickly has Pazienza retreating and lands a counter left hook.
And look where the right-handed Vinny Pazienza was as that hook landed. It was down.
So far, Roy Jones can't miss with most of his punches. A half-minute left to go in a very eventful round one. Pazienza leaping in with the left hook.
And Jones caught him on the counter there as Pazienza leaped. If Jones moves a little bit laterally, he'll land a right hand from that position, which would be far more devastating.
There's Pazienza pushing Jones. He'll want to use these roughing tactics. It'll be up to Tony Orlando to keep control. Pazienza on the attack, gets the right hand in. And at the bell, they jaw at each other.
Some extracurricular activities and some jawing followed that.
So we head into round two. It's scheduled for 12. And if they're all like round one, we're going to have a lot of fun here. Jabs in round one. Pazienza threw 5, landed 1. Jones landed 11 of 26. They said earlier, both men, they had to win the battle of the jabs. And there's the total numbers.
Vinny Pazienza was caught right away and was unable to settle into the jabbing mode, whereas Jones immediately got himself established there. Jones has the reach. It will be hard for Vinny Pazienza to get this jab going.
He's going to have to get on the inside, Pazienza, to be sure. Against smaller fighters, when he was a lightweight and junior welterweight, he could box from the outside, Dave, but Jones is a true middleweight or super middleweight. He's taller, he's got the reach. Hard for Pazienza to do this.
The only fighters who gave Vinny problems were Garza and Mayweather, taller fighters with the big jab. They could control him from out there.
Pazienza looking for a way to attack Roy Jones.
He's trying to bob and weave, but he's back. And he's not moving forward as he bobs and weaves. He needs distance when he does that.
Well, they thought, he and Kevin Rooney, and Rooney even enunciated it, there's a good hook by Pazienza. They thought they'd have to chase Roy Jones. Not so much in this fight.
That was a nice shuffle step by Pazienza to set up his left hook.
Well, he wants to feint on the way in so he can get Roy Jones thinking about something else. A concerted effort by Jones to jab. He does not jab that much normally, and he wanted to get back to that punch. He has so far in this fight. Pazienza trying to work his way in with the jab. Pazienza, the 32-year-old former lightweight champion, who has moved way up in weight.
An oddity in that he became a stronger puncher as he moved up,
which is not always the case with fighters. You saw a moment ago the fact that Pazienza does slip punches well. He missed. He slipped the right, got hit with the left. People shouldn't underestimate his defensive abilities. We're in round 2. It's scheduled for 12. Round 2 has been a little more timid than round 1. More of a chess match.
more like one bomb at a time.
Good right by Pazienza. I'll tell you what, he's hitting Jones more early than James Toney did. Some of those blocked, but some are getting in. Good left by Pazienza.
He's really crowding him here nicely.
This time, those punches are getting there. Whether they're hurting Jones, I don't know. Jones comes back after him. Maybe Roy Jones' pride was hurt by that. He's shaking his head saying, okay, you did something. And you know what, Dave? You hit on a very important point. He didn't stand right in front of Roy Jones as James Toney did. He moved from side to side, and Jones had a hard time blocking those punches. Well, will Roy Jones allow himself to be caught on those ropes much? We'll see. Here in round 3, the confidence of Pazienza is boosted. Now, still the big edge in total punches for Jones, but in that last round, Pazienza at least was able to get something going.
That was certainly a defining moment in this bout.
Good left, counter left hook by Jones. Pazienza showboats and Jones showboats back.
The no showboat promise is over.
Good hook by Jones, and Pazienza nearly went through the ropes. Pazienza's people were very distressed about how loose these ropes were, and the reason they're loose, let's be honest, Jones wants to lay against them. His guys promoted this fight. They want those loose ropes.
And Vinny Pazienza was almost on our lap.
And those loose ropes are dangerous because if a Pazienza falls out and hurts himself or Jones, this fight's over and in the wrong way. We're in round 3. Scheduled for 12. Already more intrigue in this fight against Jones than many we have seen before. Maybe the only other one was Bernard Hopkins, and that really wasn't an exciting fight.
No, because that was Jones staying on the outside and winning that fight with his jab. This is a true fight that's the skills plus the street fight aspect brought into it. Now, Pazienza brings it out of everybody he fights.
And when he chases, Jones is going straight back, which is a little uncharacteristic of him. Good left hook by Jones, but it doesn't stop Pazienza. With a minute left to go in round 3, Jones has landed some pretty good left hooks, and so far, it doesn't appear to have hurt Vinny Pazienza.
He's taking some big shots, too, and he keeps on coming in now.
Again, the hook. Pazienza faking that it didn't hurt him. Under a minute left to go, but this has not been a bad round for Roy Jones, despite the antics of Pazienza.
And Pazienza can't punch while the antics are going on, so he's losing points as well. He needs to goad Roy Jones into this type of a mentality here, and Jones is not going for it too much. At times, yes, but overall, no.
Well, a very effective round for Roy Jones, despite the fact that Pazienza has won the theatrics. Good right by Jones, and there's blood from the nose of Vinny Pazienza. Now the punches are getting there from Jones, and I mean getting there repeatedly. Good.
Tremendous
How the
speed
left
by
hook.
Jones. Absolutely tremendous speed by Jones. He put together the headshots.
Well, in round 3, Roy Jones celebrates.
You're not going to win the fight doing that.
Last left hook landed.
We'd be doing the post-fight rap.
Yes, we would. You are correct. We head into round 4. Roy Jones in the second defense of his IBF super middleweight title. Scoring could be intriguing in this fight, and Phil Berger's been doing our scoring all evening. Phil, how do you see it?
I've got it 30 for Roy Jones, 28 for Vinny Paz. Vinny Paz is gutty. Roy Jones is quick. Quick is winning.
So you have Pazienza winning 1 round. 1 round even, excuse me.
And Jones with an awesome round in round 3. And to land that low fights out of 48 punches thrown. What economy.
You watch, folks. Interesting to see if any judge would have scored that round for Vinny Pazienza thinking about the annex. Well, look at this. That's one I haven't seen. But in the meantime, it's Jones doing all the effective work. And Jones chasing Vinny Pazienza, now pushing him back.
Jones saved his dancing for after the round with round 3. Vinny Pazienza doing it during the round. He needs to shake Roy Jones up. He needs to make Jones fall into the trap of coming straight at him. He's been trying very hard with that.
And Dave, don't you think a big difference in this fight has been that for the first time in many fights, Jones is really using his jab as an effective tool.
Using it, and when do you see Vinny Pazienza backing up? He's usually coming straight forward, paying the price for coming in, whatever that is. This is a unique situation of Vinny Pazienza basically having to tap dance in a fight.
Well, and when he has boxed, it's been more for effect rather than because he had to. More than halfway through round 4. Good right by Jones. Pazienza says no, but meanwhile he's not landing. And a double left hook by Jones. Well, now they're jawing at each other again.
Well, when it comes time to the theatrics, they're both trying to get points on artistic merit here.
I think the Russian judge gave him a 9.7.
The dancing steps have been good.
Cut around the left eye of Pazienza. He is swollen around that left eye already. About a half minute left to go here in round 4.
And these are slashing jabs by Jones.
And I think the only reason Jones isn't landing more is Vinny Pazienza, who has come up in weight, is still a very quick fighter. Quicker maybe than a lot of the super middleweights that Jones would face. A lot of blood from the nose of Pazienza and a little bit under the left eye. His hands are low. He's getting nailed by Jones. Pazienza cannot get anything going offensively.
He needs to be closer, can't do it. The eye area, it doesn't take too many of those. Plus, if there's a slashing motion at the end of the jab, that makes it worse.
As we head into round 5, an astonishing statistic from the last round. Vinny Pazienza threw 5 punches, landed none. It's the first time in CompuBox history that has happened over an entire round, ever since punches have been counted by that organization.
An amazing statistic.
Wow.
There have been a couple instances where it was 1 or 2 punches, and they were heavyweights. Certainly not guys down at this level.
And he only threw 5. Jones is going after him now. Good hook by Jones. Well, for the first time in his career, let's be honest, Vinny Pazienza is being hit by a much bigger man.
And a much faster man.
I mean, when I say a bigger man, even though Pazienza is the same size, Roy Jones Jr. is much more of a natural 160, 168 pounder. Pazienza started a lot lighter.
Now, this is something that Pazienza did against Duran and could get away with. He can't against Jones. He can't pick his spot and just walk in as he did against the slower fighter. Here, if he comes in, if he's not perfect, he will get tagged.
And he has been hit repeatedly by counter left hooks. That is what led to 5 punches being thrown by Pazienza in the last round.
And for somebody of his energy, that's even more amazing.
Jones holding on the inside, and so Pazienza gives him an elbow. And an uppercut. Tony Orlando trying mightily to break these fighters. He's going to have to play a role. And now there's a cut over the right eye of Pazienza. I wonder what that came from. Did it come from a clash of heads or an elbow? And Jones says, don't hit me with your elbow. Jones told us today, did he not? If Pazienza's dirty with me, I'll be dirty with him. He may have replied with an elbow. It's turning into a street fight. And the shower of blood hits us here at ringside. Good hook by Jones.
Jones just a little faster. Pazienza with a big heart there. Also got some shots in.
Good counter left hook by Jones.
Now with that eye the way it's getting for Pazienza, it will even be harder to see a jab he's had trouble seeing to begin with tonight.
The left eye is swollen underneath. The nose is cut.
Roy Jones can stay on the outside and win just about 12 of 12 rounds anytime he wants. He gambles selectively.
Nice uppercut by Jones, but he doesn't rush in. He's not a fighter that takes chances. He just isn't. Under a half minute left to go in round 5. It's been another excellent round for Roy Jones. Cut over the left and right eye for Vinny Pazienza.
And Jones told us this morning he's even less inclined to take a chance later if he's way up on the scorecards.
Well, what is the ruling on that cut of the right eye? Would it have come from the clash of heads or a punch?
He told it between the rounds, I just can't reach this guy. We made the point at the top of the telecast how he could get closer. It's been the mystery he cannot solve here.
We head into round 6. Roy Jones Jr. told us unequivocally the key to this fight was his jab. It is a punch he has underused, some feel, in recent fights. That's bad news for future super middleweights. If he gets that jab working again like he has tonight, he's going to be an even more difficult foe.
And when you take a look at his reflexes, there's no reason why that jab would not work in future fights. It's there.
And as an amateur, was the primary weapon. There's the move by Jones that he wants. Spin off the ropes. Don't lay there against Pazienza. Nice body work, too, by Jones.
Pazienza feigning the jab, but again, as he bobs, he's still too hard. He's going to go side to side. He leaped before and got in position, but what a dilemma.
And the double and triple jabs of Jones are keeping him off. Oh, huge advantage in the jab by Roy Jones Jr. And he's working on those cuts. No indication the cuts were caused by anything but punches. And of course, even if they were and they had to stop this fight and go to the scorecards, Jones would likely be ahead. So that isn't good news for Vinny Pazienza. Pazienza lunging in.
And that's where he's vulnerable, like most fighters against Jones are. He must gamble in a big way to get to Roy Jones, and Jones makes him pay.
And Roy Jones is not running, he's moving. There's a difference.
The movement is very subtle. It's smaller circles, it's off to the left, and he always knows where Vinny Pazienza is coming in. Jones with the low hand, allure, so he can shoot it up faster. And Pazienza, this is his chance. Whatever he does here, he has to unload, and that's what he is doing.
He's using his elbows, his head, his arms, grabbing and throwing punches as well.
Even if you get knocked out here as Vinny Pazienza, that's the chance. That's the time to open up and go for everything.
Good body work by Jones. He works Pazienza on the inside, pushes him back. Good hook, that hurt Pazienza, and the uppercut. Pazienza's in trouble, ready to go. He is rocked
from being it.
There is about a half minute left to go. The right eye is almost closed. Pazienza feigning that he's okay, but he's not okay. He's not even close to being okay.
One big shot could end it here.
That's another knockdown. There's no 3 knockdown rule in effect here.
They've got to be very close to stopping, and even if he gets through, you have to be concerned about his health and safety here because he's tired and he is wide open.
It is over. Roy Jones Jr. has defended his IBF junior middleweight title and done it in grand fashion.
When Roy Jones opens up, he does not let you off the hook.